Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about being mindful of others and having a positive mindset in our business. And so I want to start by telling you a little bit about how my mindset has kind of changed and evolved. When I first started out, on day one, put it all out there and put everything on the line. I started coaching basically on day one of my program, so I didn't have all the answers myself, and I didn't know everything about the program and what I was doing. I had definitely researched Shakeology and knew a lot about that, but I hadn't actually told that to other people, so I kind of had to gather my thoughts and be prepared for when I did get some responses to some things that I was doing. And so my mindset started out really strong and positive. I was super excited about the journey I was going to start, and I was putting myself out there, and I had a lot of positive feedback and people who were, willing to support me along, as I got started. But as the more and more I put myself out there, of course, came some negative comments, because not everybody is going to be your biggest supporter. And not everybody is going to love every single thing you say and do and post and take a selfie and talk about the workout program you're doing, or they're going to think what they're doing is better. And so there can be haters, is for what I like to call them. They can be haters out there. And the faster that you can not worry about the haters, the better off you'll be. And so I actually heard a quote about this that has really helped me kind of refocus when I get down. And it basically says, no matter if you are the ripest, juiciest peach in the orchard, some people just don't like peaches. And I just love that, because it's so true. Some people are not going to like what you're doing. And guess what? Who cares? You're doing this for you and your family, or whatever your why is. That why did you start this? Those people don't know what's happening in your house and in your bank account and at your doctor's visits, and you're not obligated to tell them. They don't have to understand why you're doing this. All that matters is why you're doing this. And so if you can keep that in mind and realize where you're coming from, and know that your intentions are positive and straightforward, and you're sharing your experiences, and you're working on yourself, and you're willing to share and put yourself out there, then you're doing awesome. Okay, so don't get down by those judgmental people. It doesn't matter who they are. Don't get down by them. Think about the peach quote, and move on from your day. Now, you're going to get a lot of questions as a coach. You're going to get people commenting on your things about not only what you're doing, but they're going to be questioning, why you're doing this and what the ingredients are, and that they have such and such and such scenario, and is this going to help me? And oh my gosh, my famous question that I get so many times, it just drives me crazy, is, well, when I stop drinking Shakeology, am I going to gain my weight back? And do you know what I tell people? I tell people, you know what? If you stop drinking Shakeology and you go back to eating pizza and ice cream every night before bed, yes, ma'am, you're going to gain your weight back. Because I feel like if they're going to ask a question like that, then they need just a kind of silly response. I mean, we have to sometimes just use our common sense in dealing with people. And when you get a lot of these messages, I know when I first started out, I was so nervous about talking to people and giving people information. And I wanted to make sure that I was giving them factual and true information, and that I had the best answer for them, because I wanted to help them. And so, the easiest thing to do is just get on Facebook and get on those team pages and ask those questions. But that really just seems like the easiest thing to do for you. But that means that somebody else had to either look that up or go look it up for you to answer you. And so really, honestly, the best thing to do is look up the answers yourself. So go to Google search it, go to the Beachbody website, look up the ingredients, take a picture of your bag of Shakeology and send it to the person if they have a question about ingredients. Talk to your upline coach if it's something that you can't figure out the answer to. And then if you still can't figure it out and don't know what it is, then go and post on those team coaches, on those team pages. Because guys, everybody starts somewhere. We don't all have every answer. I still don't have every answer. And sometimes I just have to think about what it is they're asking and just try to answer them the best way that I know how. And that doesn't mean my answer is going to be 100% correct. Sometimes the answer can just simply be, I don't really know that information. I'm going to Google search it for you, but maybe you should, look it up too. And you don't want to put the person off, but at the same time, sometimes there isn't an answer. Sometimes the answer is Shakeology has different effects on everybody, and you may just have to try it out for a month, risk-free. Beachbody has an empty the bag policy. You can drink it every day, your whole month, empty your bag, and if you're still not satisfied, you can return it. And sometimes you just have to say that. I mean, you're not going to be able to satisfy every single person and their questions and whatever issue they have. And that's okay. And that's just kind of okay. You have to be okay with not knowing every answer, but also the longer you're in this, the more answers you'll have. And so I know sometimes as new coaches, you're super worried and you're super stressed, and I was there too. And one thing I did, and I want to give you this tip, I went on Microsoft Word or in the notes section of my phone, and I typed out some things that I thought people could ask me, or that questions that I had before I started. Just simple questions like, what is Shakeology? What is 21 Day Fix? What are the different types of Beachbody programs? What is a challenge group? I typed out those questions, and then I went and did a little bit of researching and digging on my own about how I could answer those questions, and I typed up those questions in that document. And then I had those answers, and then some of them I thought I was happy with the answer myself. Some of them I would call Caitlin and say, I'm going to read this to you. What do you think? And, and then we could kind of brainstorm together, which is one super really cool thing about having a success partner, is because you can go to that person for help too after you've already looked it up and asked their opinion and advice. And so I would do that, and then I had my own answers that I had researched that I was comfortable with. They were written in my words and what I was comfortable with. And so when I got these questions, I could easily go and copy and paste and then cater it to that person and make it personable and then send it to them. And I still do that, y'all. I still copy and paste responses and tweak them a little bit to make them personal for each person. But overall, it's the same information. So why retype every single thing? Okay, so that's just a little help. So I wanted to just give you guys, just talk about, it's kind of some random things, but kind of all goes about in your mind and how you're dealing with different things. And of course, you can post questions in the team pages, but be mindful before you do that about who's going to have to go look that up, and if you could look it up yourself and using common sense. And also be mindful about what you're putting out there. Let your guard down. Be positive on your Facebook page, and be real with your customers, and don't worry about those peach haters out there. I hope you all have a great day.